Namaskar. Before we talk about development today, I presume it's time to speak the truth rather than the nonsensical stuff spoken internationally and the image portrayed for India's positioning. Let's talk about death. Due to the conditions of the Indian roads, the casualties and deaths caused every single day silently and relentlessly. According to MORTH, more than 1.7 lakh Indians die in road accidents in 2024. On national highways alone, 52,609 lives were lost, and in just the first 6 months of 2025, another 27,000 families were torn apart due to accidents and calamities because of these roads. These are not accident crises, rather a governance crisis. Reason being, while the government celebrates new expressways and glossy inaugurations, the same highways have turned into high-speed death corridors practically in every state of India. MORTH's own numbers reveal uncomfortable truth. Nearly half the victims are two-wheeler riders. Rural highways now witness the same fatalities due to bad road conditions. Over 8,500 black spots still await correction. Overspeeding causes 70% of deaths, yet enforcement remains extremely weak. Contractors responsible for the substandard work on the roads are never ever punished, nor are they held accountable. I guess every Mumbaikar will agree with this that come monsoon, we have innumerable potholes in every area practically across the city, major traffic jams and road accidents because of the road conditions. Every year this happens and the BMC does the correction. Come the next shower of the monsoon next year, we are back in the same situation. At least I have been seeing this since I'm born. I'm only stating one example. Try visiting other states such as Gujarat and more. For a hit-and-run accident where the offending vehicle is unidentified, the deceased family receives only 2 lakh rupees as compensation under the 2022 central government scheme. This does not show development. It's a failure of the government to protect innocent lives. Is the value of a human life lost on such roads only 2 lakh rupees? That's what the government considers to be the value of a lost life in an unfortunate accident due to horrible road conditions. Imagine that's the value of that man's child's future, a parent's grief, an entire family's worth. If toll booths can monitor transactions in real time, why can't we monitor speeding? If 6-lane highways can be built in record time, why can't we install proper signages, dividers and crash breakers? If faulty designs take lives of innocent civilians who travel without any protocol on fancy roads like the VIPs, why no official is held accountable? We keep hearing about world-class roads. What is world-class about broken dividers, missing signboards and unlit stretches, weak enforcement and zero accountability? That is world-class? Real development is not measured in the kilometers we are building. It is measured in the lives that we are saving who travel across those kilometers. So the question is no longer a rhetoric. It's urgent. If MORTH's own data shows rising deaths every single year, how many more Indians must die before someone, or ideally the government, takes responsibility? Why are national highways still meant to be death traps despite thousands of crores being spent of the taxpayers' money or maybe borrowed international loans and investments? I wonder where the money goes. Where is the audit of these black spots, faulty designs, missing signages and broken dividers and other failures? Why is enforcement almost absent on overspeeding, illegal transportation of items, including human trafficking, overloaded trucks and drunken driving? Why are ministers and contractors never jailed for substandard and life-threatening constructions? Is there a benchmarking for these claims on world-class roads in smaller cities and smaller states or internal areas, including the metros? When will India choose scientific road design and real accountability on the safety of the citizens of this country instead of speeches being given internationally and bragging about some ceiling built over the sea or fancy flyovers in some metro city showcasing India is being a developed nation? But what about the other roads in the same place where it is truly needed? And what about the other states and other cities? What, above all, the government issues schemes of a trivial amount for a lost life and gives fake promises to people during election, the latest being Bihar, which we all have witnessed. If the government genuinely wants people to vote for them and pay taxes on all kinds of and tariffs on all kinds of items, then politically, in my opinion, this country needs to be changed. To the government, these look like accidental deaths as numbers, but in reality, this is human life. So again, I wonder who will take the real responsibility. I'm not sure what to call this: corruption, negligence, lack of governance, or electoral gimmicks. Despite being in 2025, it seems India is still a third world country, which is why most of the children who go abroad for their studies, they never ever want to come back to India. Most of them settle in those countries. Do we wonder why? If India is so developed and we can create opportunities, why don't our children come back? Why is the youth and the next generation of this country not wanting to live in India? For all those who are listening, we are still developing. India is not a developed nation yet. Thank you very much.